Tēnā rā tātou, ko Tamati Te Kani tōku nua. I uri o Ngāti He, mai te rangi, Ngāti Rangi Nui. No konei ahau, no Tauranga moana. Born and raised in Manga Tapu, I tērā pito o te aua nui, I te tauna rangataua. Spent all my life here in Tauranga moana. Learning how to gather fish and kai moana and rangataua, a te ko, a Pātiki. In 2015 I was selected as one of the kaitiaki to work as a monitor on board. I believe the name of the vessels were Boulder and Braga, both Danish dredging vessels. So part of my mahi was to get on board these boats and report back to our hapu about the observations that we made and some of the findings that we found. So I was pretty new to the monitoring side of things. I think monitoring is quite a new concept for me here in Tauranga anyway. I just begun doing some monitoring with Ngāti He under the supervision of Dredge Hike. And I mentioned to him about the mahi that was coming up with the port, and from his perspective he just told me to be cautious about that work. For his own reason, I'm not too sure why, but So I hummed and hawed about it for a little while, and on the 11th hour I was phoned called by one of the cousins from Ngāti Kairangi, saying that they'd really like me to join their team as one of the monitors on board these dredge ships. And I suppose I agreed. And I asked what sort of the methods they were using to be able to collect this data, and because it's all brand new to us, none of us had any simple methodology in regards to being able to do, I suppose, ensure that we were diligently doing the work. When you see thousands and thousands of tons of sand being poured into the hopper at the same time, there's no safe way to be able to monitor every ounce of sand that goes on board these hoppers. I've shared plenty of photos and video recordings in my time while I was on board that vessel. Some of them are still on my Facebook page from 2015. I think all the kaitiaki are made up of Tauranga moana representatives. One from Ngāi Tamarawaho, one from Ngāti Pūkenga, one from Maitiahi, and one from Ngāti He, Ngāti Kairangi. That was myself. The experience was invaluable. I'm not one for boats. I hate boats. I don't like boats. People at the time, they knew my objection was coming because I don't do well on top of the water. Even the whānau now know I'm not a boat person. I'd rather my feet on land. What can I say? We met all the people in the port. They've done all the consultation. I agree with the process. I would have liked to have been part of the consultation to be able to negotiate something different, a different outcome for our people. But that had already been done. The deal had already been signed, and my job was just to get on board and make sure that these fellows were following their dredging path, and that stuck to it. one of the concerns I sort of had, and I mentioned it to our supervisors, was if they've got more than one dredge boat running, operating at the same time, why do we have kaitiaki on board those boats? Explanation I got was that the vessel that was operating without a kaitiaki was, well, they were operating in a part of the harbour that had already been dredged. I believe that happened in the 1990s with Koro Ted Rolleston. Yeah, however, you know, what was found on board one of those other vessels without a kaitiaki was an old anchor stone. And yeah, luckily one of the crew members on board the boulder, he brought it to my attention that they had made a significant find on board the dredge ship that had an excavator. And yeah, so I made inquiries into that. I had to ring one of the port directors, and he told me that they'd made this find and they didn't know what to do with it. So yeah, I rang through to Dredges and let them know what was up. They had found this old anchor stone, and he just explained to me the direction they needed to take from there on. So yeah, that anchor stone, I think, sitting down Newton Street in the museum down there. If anyone wanted to go and check it out. I'm not too sure if anyone's done any carbon data on it or whatever to record where it came from, but yeah, I think Dean Flavel said it was an old stone come from the islands. It was old volcanic rock, and that hole had been bored out by an old tool that they used in the islands, that you can still see it. The hole had been worn and fashioned by the rope, by the toda, as it swings in the current. Yeah, so apart from that, any other thing that we could say that I could record and identify to be in detrimental effect to our moana would have been all the kai moana that was coming up, the kina, the whike, the pipi, and all of that was getting discarded back out in past Maka or Boy they call it, I think it was. So yeah, still further effects of that. I think a lot of the whānau in Tauranga are now seeing the effect that the dredging had on 2015 on all our mākaitai. Paritaha being one of them, the biggest one. I'm not too sure what the resource consent read for what was the allowed take from there, but yeah, we move plenty of kai more now to see what that resource consent. The bill had already been signed, so it was out of my hands. The bill was negotiated by our kai whakahaere at the time. And yeah, like it or not, someone had to be on board their vessel to ensure that we're making these observations on behalf of our hapu and our iwi. And I put my hand up at the time. Yeah. Anything else, Matua?